Welcome back. Today, we're diving into a super quick but incredibly powerful explainer on a microfable called The Boy and the Ball. On the surface, yeah, it's just a story about a kid playing in a park. But as we're going to see, it taps into some fundamental human psychology. We're talking about attachment, how we handle sudden loss, and honestly, the real secret to long-term joy. It's a whole lot of wisdom packed into just a few lines. So, let's get right into it. Real quick, I want you to think about a time you lost something incredibly precious to you. You know that literal sinking feeling in your gut? That absolute panic when you realize something totally irreplaceable is just gone. Keep that feeling right at the front of your mind, because that is the exact emotional roller coaster our main character is about to ride. Connecting with that universal feeling of sudden loss is totally crucial for unpacking the mechanics of this story. Part 1. The Value of the Gift. Let's look at how this narrative builds, starting with a baseline of pure joy. The story kicks off like this. One day, a young boy named Ali was playing in the park with his favorite ball. It perfectly sets the scene, right? Unadulterated, carefree happiness. We meet Ali, and instantly we see him with his absolute most prized possession. And the setting is important too. A park. Open space, freedom, tons of kinetic energy. But pay attention, because this isn't just a random toy. It's his favorite ball. Out of everything he owns, this is the big one.
Now, you might be wondering, why is it his favorite? Well, the text spells it out. He loved that ball because it was a gift from his father. Boom. Instantly, this is way more than just a piece of rubber. It's literally a physical manifestation of his dad's love. If he loses this, he's not just out a toy. He's losing something deeply connected to a core relationship. The stakes just went through the roof.
Moving to Part 2. The Sudden Disappearance. We're shifting gears from playful joy to a complete loss of control. Just look at how fast things spiral. The text says, as Ali kicked the ball, it rolled far away and got stuck under a bush. Look at this rapid emotional plunge. Minute 1, having a blast in the park. But by minute 5, that kinetic energy backfires. The ball is out of his control, way off under a bush. Minute 15 hits, and that fun energy has completely mutated into a frantic, desperate panic. And then, minute 30. Total failure sets in, bringing on deep, deep sadness. It is a crazy steep drop, all caused by one single careless kick. Here we are at Part 3, the search and sadness. All that forward momentum stops dead in its tracks. We can break this agonizing sequence down into 3 distinct beats. First, Ollie searched everywhere, meaning he's burning through a ton of desperate energy. Second, he couldn't find it. That's the awful moment of total failure, right? Realizing nothing he does is bringing back his dad's gift. And finally, the aftermath. He became very sad. Notice the wording. Not just annoyed, not just a little bummed out, very sad. He has officially hit rock bottom on the emotional curve, grieving the loss of the thing he values most. Part 4. The Joyful Discovery. Thankfully, the story doesn't just leave us hanging in despair. So after marinating in all that sadness, his emotional arc suddenly spikes into pure euphoric relief. The story says that, after a while, he noticed the ball under the bush. That pause, after a while, is super important. Ali had to actually sit with the heavy feeling of loss before he got his resolution. And check out the massive behavioral shift here. Before losing it, he carelessly kicked the ball out of sight. But after, he carefully pulled it out. He completely pivots from reckless physical force to gentle, deliberate care. From that day on, he never left it unattended. He went from totally taking it for granted to practicing mindful stewardship. Talk about a wake-up call.
Which brings us to Part 5, the ultimate moral. That intense relief permanently rewires Ali's behavior, handing us the core message.
The story wraps up with this absolute gem. Take care of the things you value, and they will bring you happiness for a long time. That is the ultimate takeaway, right there. It completely distills Ollie's crazy emotional roller coaster into one simple, universal rule for life. Let's actually break down the mechanics of that lesson, because it's a very direct cause and effect relationship. Step 1 is the action. Take care of the things you value. You've got to be active, mindful, and present, exactly like how Ollie learned not to turn his back on the ball. Step 2 is the payoff. Ensure they bring you happiness for a long time. Sustained happiness is absolutely not an accident, guys. It's not just about getting a great gift. It's about putting in the active, ongoing effort to protect it. So, thinking about Ollie's whole journey, I want to leave you with one final provocative question. What valued gift are you leaving unattended under the bush right now? Seriously, whether it's a relationship, a hidden talent, or just a cherished possession, take a second today to figure out what precious things in your own life might need a little extra mindful care. Do that, and they'll keep bringing you joy for a long, long time. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I hope it helps you look at the simple things in your life with just a bit more care.